guys, thanks for tuning in. I thought it was a perfect Saturday just to sew. I have a market coming up and I want to make sure I'm prepared. I want to try to make lots of money and get my business moving in an upward direction to grow. I'm in a business financial class, so I'll probably explain all of that later, but I thought it was a perfect Saturday to just sew. It's kind of moody outside, which makes me like, let's just sew and chill and get all the things we need done. Before I do that, I did want to go ahead and give you guys a tour of my small sewing area. We don't have the biggest of spaces, and before in the house that I used to live in, I had my own room. And now I just have an area in the back of the house that's actually smaller than my room was. So I would just like to give you guys a tour of what it looks like, how I manage such lots of fabric, and I would say medium-sized projects in such a small space. And if something doesn't make sense, it's because I have small toddlers. So I also have to look at the safety aspect of like what they can access and make sure that they can't get anything that would hurt them. So without further ado, let's take a look at my sewing area. Alrighty. So like I said, I have such a small area that we actually keep the bread maker here. It doesn't fit in the kitchen. So this is the one thing I share of my area with the rest of the house. But you know, you need a bread maker. What happened if I want to make fresh bread? I have a bread maker for that. So this is where I keep my fabric stash. Behind, it's these cube shelves that you could get from Walmart. I had them in my closet at my other place, and I really wanted to just make sure I wasn't spending a whole bunch of money on extra furniture. So these are actually from my old house. Above is what you could see from the outside. So it actually has family photos up here, and I really try not to impede on the top of them so the house still looks put together. So this is where I keep all of my fabric. I do have some jean fabric that I keep in a bin because I don't work with it all the time. And some of this I actually have pushed to the back and put sheets in there, some more fabric just to kind of save me some space. I got some sheet fabric that, if you actually do the math, this, when you buy sheets, especially a twin XL set, you're getting, well, for the price I got this at, which was from Home Goods for $16.99, it's about $3 a yard. And look how cute this fabric is. Then I also have this one, which I got from Ross. And this was also $16.99, but it actually is a queen set, so I'm pretty sure the fabric by yard is really, really good. So this is my desk that I do a lot of my filming of the backdrop of my videos. What you can't see is that I actually have my my lining fabric here. So I have it in a little rolling kitchen cart. Again, this is also from my old house. It used to be a little diaper caddy. And other than that, I only have another item underneath that I keep for additional storage, and I will show it to you here in a second. So I have a fence on the fireplace so my kids can't access it. Toddlers, you know, scared. Like, my son keeps trying to crawl in it. It's crazy. And I came from Arizona where we don't have any kind of fireplace, so it's just kind of funny moving to a house that did. So here I have my ottoman. It has some storage on the inside, and these are things that I need to access, just not all the time. I have thread in here. I have some elastic for when I'm doing things that use elastic. So here is my cutting table, and we got this from IKEA, but it's actually a pegboard that stands on its own, and I just have all my cutting tools. Behind it is actually where I hide a lot of my glass material so my kids can't access it. So it's a little secret area. Not only can they not access it, but they can't see it, so they don't try to access it. So this is my iron. I scoured the internet for an iron that didn't have a cord, so we wouldn't have any safety issues with the iron being plugged in. So this is a cordless iron. It sits here on its dock, and when I turn it on and dock it, it will heat up. It doesn't last as long, so like once I go to iron something, I can't continuously iron as if it was plugged into the wall, but it's safer for toddlers. And then up here is just everything that I need to cut. I have my rulers. I have this really heavy but amazing L ruler my husband gave me. It's great. So I'm pretty sure they have an L ruler plastic, but I mean, this was free. So this is what I use for a lot of my storage. This is my cutting table. And my cutting table didn't necessarily need to have leg space, so I actually used it all up. I actually had a chair here that I could sit and cut, and I realized it was just a waste of space. I need all the space I could get. Again, I'm not trying to waste any space with things that aren't needed or aren't used as much, and it's not like I really need to sit down while I'm cutting. So here is something that I access all the time. This actually came from our old house, and we had it to hold bathroom stuff for that vanity leg space. So I took it and I actually used it. I have my bobbins in here. I have my zippers, and it's just the things that I actually need to grab for all the time. And this rolls out, and when I'm sewing, I could actually just turn it so it's facing me. And I even use the top to hold my projects that I'm sewing. Underneath all of this is a bunch of bins. This bin has stuff for the market that I use, and I have my batting underneath, and that is just where I like to keep the stuff that I need to access, but just not as much. Like this is scrap fabric / cut fabric, and I do go for it a lot. And then I have this cube shelf that holds my embroidery machine up here, but also holds papers for when I do my labels. It holds extra labels. I also have this screen here for when my area is completely messed up. I could block it from everybody else seeing it. Okay, so last but not least is my actual sewing desk. I have my printer. I use it to do my labels. I use it to do my price tag for events. I use it for a lot of things. And then I have my sewing box that I don't really access things as much, but it has like my felting tool. The teapot holds my receipts. My dog came to join me. You want to say hi, Bo? You want to say hi to everyone? Say hi. You sit? You don't have to sit. I know, you're an old man. You don't have to sit. You're an old man. So this is something I got from the thrift store. It was like $4, but it had the lid on it too, like special wine or something. But my husband added a handle to it, and now it is just something that I could close. It's less appealing to toddlers. Unlike this, toddlers really want to get into all of it. So this is just where I keep my hardware, my extra needles for my sewing machine. Here I have I call it my plates of need, my tiers of need. And it has a donut that I use to also hold my pins. I have temporary fabric glue to help me put my labels on. A seam ripper. He's actually a big part of this business. Big clip. And then these scissors. They're crafting scissors, but I use them for fabric. I use it for zippers. And then sometimes, a lot of time for fabric. I actually don't keep my fabric scissors over here, so I don't accidentally use my fabric scissors for zippers. So in that, I don't use my fabric scissors because I'm so scared I might damage them. For all my business needs, all my product that I make, I keep them in plastic bags like this. These are all my laptop covers and some of my Bible covers. And these are my boxy bags. and I just keep them under the bed. And then when I'm ready to go to a show, just pull them out. It helps with the space. I like this type of container because it keeps my boxy bags from having to get smushed. Again, I just keep all of this stuff underneath my bed. One day I'll have a she shed. Until then, I just make the best out of my small space. Tell me what you guys do to make the best out of your small space if you have some, or any of these ideas that you're going to take with you, or any ideas you have for me to better make use of my small space. Hey guys, I wanted to give an update. Sew At Peace sent me a video about how her shelves and the magnet works, so she didn't have to put a metal board down or anything, and the magnets just held her boxy bags to it. And I just finally leapt. I've been oogling her shelves for a long time, so I was like, let me just go and do it. So I did. I will also be taking these to the show with me to give me more room. As you can see, my kids' stuff is right there. At the bottom shelves, I will be putting my more kid-friendly things. But I got these shelves. I actually got them from Temu. They were here pretty quickly because it was shipped locally, so I didn't have to pay any shipping fees or any extra fees because it wasn't shipped from overseas. I paid $37 for them. They have them on Amazon for $90. I think they're the same shelves. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by Temu. I just like a good deal, and I would like to share them with you. So I got them from Temu, $37. They have different colors. I think the white ones, I know the white ones are $40, like $44. So I ended up getting the black ones because they were the cheapest, and I am frugal. Also, just to let you guys know, I recently got some fabric. These are Riley Blake fabrics, but I just thought, how cute would these be together? The fat quarter from Hobby Lobby, and then the strawberries from Riley Blake. I made a backpack that's coming soon for the tutorial. So I already used it to make a backpack. I was using the big bags after I ran out of my medium-sized ones. And the last show, when I was selling my medium-sized boxy bags, it looked really crazy in the big bag. Like, putting a small thing in such a big bag. So I ended up going and getting these off of Amazon. I thought it was so cute, and it just matches my aesthetic so well. They had bows, but those are $21. I couldn't justify spending the extra money, so I got these. I thought these matched my aesthetic well, and I was going to print off labels with my logo on it and just kind of so people could see. So these are what I will be selling my medium stuff in. We'll still be using my big boxy bag, but just wanted to share that. So this is an update of my sewing area. Everything else has stayed the same. This is the only thing that has changed, and it just gives me more room. Alrighty guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed a tour of my small space and see how I organize it. If you guys have any tips, please feel free to comment below. I totally love all the organization tips I can get. This is what I found works for me right now. These shelves have been a great addition. I actually was trying to keep away from the high things because this is in a common area of my house. So when you do come in through the front door, you could definitely see my sewing area. But, you know, creators got to create. Like, if anyone comes here, they know a creator lives here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.